name is BenFlyingRetro, and I'm embarking on a quest to purchase every classic GI Joe comic from the original 80s and 90s Marvel run. Warning. Hunting down individual issues from every corner of the globe in whatever order the universe decides to give me. Join me and my pal Steve every week as we discuss my latest find. Welcome to Chasing Joe. Chasing Joe.
Oh, I'm revved up. My engine's warm. It's Thursday. That's Chasing Joe Day. I've got my ceramic pumpkin. It's still spooky season. It is still the best time of year. This is the best day of the week. It's Chasing Joe. How you doing, good buddy?
Yeah, man. Well, actually, I saw some Halloween decorations today, going through our shed, seeing what is going to make the move to Melbourne and what is going to go into the tip.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think the decorations are probably not going to make the trip.
Well, what are you going to do with all of your Joe stuff? You've got toys. You've got figs. You've got vehicles. What's going on? Deep storage.
I'm very fortunate to have mates in all area codes, man.
What?
I've got places I can stash toys here, there, and every which way.
Oh my god, little stash house, little safe house. My
True story. This guy's so jacked. I joke that he's like Batman because he's got little like safe houses and like caches all over the city with keypad that you can come and go on your own.
Geocache, and you open it up and you've got a version 2 Storm Shadow.
Or maybe version 1 Falcon. More on that later.
Oh, dude, I like that story, that tale you say about your Storm Shadow that's just riding the tube still. Left him on the underground. Because I was in London the other day and I was on the underground. I was like, I wonder if that version 2 is still riding the rails. I mean, he's not.
If he still is in a tube carriage, that tube carriage is out in pasture somewhere in some boneyard.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Probably with a hobo. Yeah,
they're
several
still,
that have come and gone.
They're probably still smoking cigarettes on that tube carriage. Those were the days. My goodness. Well, look, what we do here on this show, we talk about ARA. Specifically, we talk about issue 1 to 155, because that's what I'm chasing, and every week I get a little bit closer to achieving my goal, my life goal of owning this sacred run of comic books. I'm reading a lot of other comic books at the moment. I know that's not something that you partake in, but I would like to know if you have an opinion on Danny Rand, the Iron Fist.
Wow. Yep. So, Big
Really
Brother.
good run, man.
Oh, really? Which one?
Yeah. The Immortal Iron Fist.
Right.
Circa late 90s, maybe? Early aughts?
I'm going to think early noughts.
Yeah, early aughts.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. One of the Iron Fists has like pistols.
It's
that
so
are
cool.
imbued with the
yeah,
chi.
like each issue you're going back and you're getting like another Iron Fist character from, a different time period. It's really cool. Recommended to me by the Chief Dog, but thoroughly enjoying it. Yeah, you know anything about that guy?
One of my
That
brother's
TV
all-time favorite characters. Loved Heroes for Hire, but specifically just that kung fu schlock aesthetic. That's 1970s, open chest, big collar, like just cool. He's just such a visually rad character. But then, the legend of Kunlun, it's very much like Brigadoon, kind of appears every however long. You either find it or you miss it. All that cool stuff.
So you know about Danny. That's nice.
Oh, it's rad, man.
In
fact, I did a backflip when I saw, we went to a show with my kids, or kid at the time. It was like a live Marvel like circus show.
Oh,
but it was
okay.
super rad. And
Dress
when
up.
yeah, but did we dress up? He's got a Spider-Man hoodie. Anyways, when they dropped the breadcrumb that one of the Infinity Stones was located in the mystical city of Kunlun, I was like, what? They're gonna do Iron Fist? And that was a pretty rad high point in the whole thing. I mean, it's had a pretty cool storyline,
I
honestly.
was,
Like, as far as
yeah,
live shows go, this is up there.
yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I've been sat here reading it, and I was like, oh, I wonder what the action fig kind of landscape is like for this guy. Not that great, to be fair. I'm gonna buy an Iron Fist fig, and I haven't found one yet that I really think looks quite cool or fun. The What's the Marvel range that's essentially Black Series classified? Marvel
Marvel
Legends.
Legends.
Yeah,
Yep.
is that still punching? Still,
Yep, absolutely.
yeah. Geez, they
My
must have made
Iron
a lot.
Fist from Marvel Legends comes from the Toy Biz era. So before
Okay.
Hasbro got to take on that license and then got good at those action figures because the early ones weren't so great. Like, yeah, Toy Biz, they defined the sort of super articulated Marvel
Mm.
figure, but like mine has enormous shoulders. It's a
Yeah.
weird
Okay.
looking guy. Then I've got the smaller Marvel Universe guys, two of them, but they both have the same buck. Like there's a very common body sculpt that they use across a lot of figures, and
Mhm.
unfortunately, Iron Fist uses this body, and it just makes him so homogenous with everything else. But then
Oh,
again,
okay.
he is a kind of generic superhero build, so I don't blame
Look,
them.
he
They at
is a
least
little
added the
bit.
collars.
He is a little bit generic. He's way down there. I mean, he's probably. I mean, he's probably a C-lister, really, in the pantheon of Marvel superheroes. Did you catch his show? Wait, it's probably really old now on Netflix. Do you remember that when they were building up to the Defenders? It's
I
pretty tough
tried, man.
watch.
I tried to love this
Dude,
because having been
I
a fan of Iron Fist, but
yeah, I couldn't make it. I think I
bad.
bailed. What, halfway through Ep 2? It was youch time. I
Well,
think I
for
remember.
something that like the combat needed to be a firm focus, to hear the
There was no
behind the scenes
combat in
stories
it.
about it's just incompetent, man. Hire the
Yeah.
right guy. That's your point of departure,
I
honestly.
will say that he fared a lot better in the Defenders. I know there was
Okay.
only like 5 episodes, but as a kind of a bit part, you know.
Well, the real fun is when you conflate him with Luke Cage.
Yeah.
As a duo, you got the silver spoon white kid with the kung fu and the superpower,
That's
and then
it.
you've got like the street level, like the guy who is a man of the people. Sweet Christmas. You know, Luke Cage is one of the many reasons why my second born's name is Lucas.
Oh, that's fantastic. I really enjoyed the first season of that show, but I think it had a couple more eps than it needed to have. It basically wrapped up and then started a whole new story arc within the first season, which was kind of unnecessary. But enjoyed the Harlem. Is it Harlem? The Harlem setting.
Sure.
Had good music in that show too. Anyway, oh my days! I've got so many pods. We've spilled into
Netflix Marvel
my
tonight.
Danny Rand pod, which is on a Tuesday. This is Chasing Joe, and don't worry, guys, don't worry.
Joe is in the house.
Emma went to some Felix the Cat pop up
Lovely.
in London town. I went to see, or we all went to see the Midnight LA synthwave band. Went to see them in Brixton. A fine night was had.
Brixton Massive.
Yeah. Oh, gee, I hate that. A mailer. The freaking. Oh, I'm just gonna have to tear into this.
You
That's-
really should have prepped that one earlier. What is
Damn it, man! This is.
You produced the finished dish.
Hey, look at this.
Oh God,
Yeah,
he
that's
is
been butchered.
tearing it to shreds,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
I should have used my iron fist. Hang on. Man, you should read that run, dude. If you
I
like
did
that character.
back in the
You
day.
did? You did read it. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
decades ago now.
It's pretty seminal. Ooh. Okay.
What we got?
Ah! Look at that. We were only just talking about ruddy Zanzibar, weren't we, in the last ep?
Mm-hmm.
I
Good
think.
looking figure.
Good looking fig. So what have we got here?
What do we
We've
got?
Issue 60, March 10th, 1987. There it is. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, we got ourselves a nothing burger. Well, you hold that thought. You park it. You park that thought whilst I park my DeLorean in your face, and we go back to the cultural landscape of March 10th, 1987. Movies. I know that you don't like this movie, and I don't know how. I don't want to fall out, but it's Lethal Weapon. #1 at the box office. This is also apt. A Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors. Now, I think that is I want to say, 4th entry in that franchise. I might have got that wrong. It's a weird one. Also, Platoon, one of my favorite war films. Any of those films speak to you?
Yeah, Platoon was definitely in the mix of like war films that I came up on.
Yeah, I mean, if you like Joe, you like Platoon. Jeez.
Yeah, it's funny to think that as children we like gravitated to the war section of the video rentals. It's like that is not appropriate at all. But since our favorite toy line was an action figure soldier toy line, I just was starved of that kind of material.
I would gravitate to the horror section, but I would never rent them. But I just used to love looking at the artwork on the VHSs.
Oh, yeah.
And
the taglines.
Yeah, just all of it. Like being quite scared, like almost feeling like a little bit of horror was coming out of that section of the blockbuster. Ooh. And then when you move into your safe space, it's like, oh yeah, it's creepy over
so
there.
You felt a little like horror sting on the keyboard.
That's it. And then also, there's some other people there like actually choosing it and renting it, and you're like, oh my god, those guys are badasses. they're renting Hellraiser and Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors. They're in for a hell of a double bill. Yeah, so Lethal Weapon. You don't like Lethal Weapon. I guess
I didn't give it a fair go. I saw it for the first time on a plane. God, that is never a good way to enjoy a film for the first time. And it had been overhyped, I feel. I had Chief in my ear, like saying this is the greatest film ever committed to.
Is harrowing. I mean, it's an 18. I guess it's the infancy of the buddy cop vibe. It's not as many laughs in there. The franchise got a lot comedic as it progressed. That first one is edgy as balls, man. It's like dealing with
edgy balls.
It's dealing with heavy themes.
Vietnam PTSD.
This quote I love, and if anyone loves this film, this is just wild. Murtaugh, he's got a new partner. He invites him round for dinner. As he's leaving the house, his new partner, Riggs, just looks at him, and he just goes, I was good at it, you know. When I was 19, I did a guy in Laos from 1,000 yards out. A rifle shot in high wind. Maybe 8 or even 10 guys in the world could have made that shot. It's the only thing I was ever good at. Oh my god. That just made me want to do like sniper play with my Joes. I mean, I
don't think that was the message he was trying to get across.
They're so in seeds there that this guy is handy. And then, a few scenes later, you do see him doing some sniper action, and it is incredible. But I'm never going to make a Lethal Weapon fan of you, but maybe I can make a Bon Jovi fan of you with Living on a Prayer, because that was at the top of the Hot 100.
And how could it not be?
Oh, geez. The key change. I mean, wow.
Massive.
The key change is massive. I kind of have this thing like, what's that test you do to see if you're a freaking robot or not? The Turing test. You know the Turing test from Blade Runner?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's not from Blade Runner, but I mean, I have a similar test, and it's all of my favorite key change bits in songs, and basically it just makes sure that you're still alive, you still got blood flowing through your veins. So if I sat you down and played
Whitney Houston,
whoa, yeah,
I will always love you.
We do Living on a Prayer. If I play that, and when it goes up, if you don't like elevate yourself and get excited, then I would say no. This S-Jubs is a cyborg. The other one I have is Nirvana Lounge Act. If that key change doesn't pump your nads, it's like it's over for you. It's over. But let me drag you into a London-based comic shop, because I think, have I given you stimuli for this? I hope I have. Have I not? I don't know. Oh, bugger.
I can add it in post, Ben. I can add it in post.
Damn it. Well, look, it's Action Force issue 2. I mean, in the pantheon of great comic covers, this has to be up there. Do you know the cover I'm talking about? Cobra Eel with the knife.
Snake Eyes and Scarlet coming around the corner.
It's just etched in my brain. It's one of the great covers. Do you feel the same way about it as I do? It just is Action Force to me.
Yeah, it absolutely is a standout. And yeah, I mean, the story within is fair. And the art, I think it's Jeff Senior. It's very clean, like blocky style. But that cover almost looks painted. It looks it's so good.
It's amazing. I was so excited when I was researching the comics that came out and I was like, wow, 2 very different covers. I mean, we can only wish that we had a cover that was as good as Action Force issue 2, because I'm not that into that cover. Let me drag you kicking and screaming into the arcade where we are going to play 2-player Double Dragon. Kind of the first sideways scrolling beat 'em up that I played and I have a memory of, but more from the C64 than the arcade cabinet, although I did play it in the arcade.
Then in the C64 version, it was 1-player only, right?
I think it was, yes.
Tragic.
And I just remember that first level where you're walking along and then the garage goes up, dig, 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 and that guy comes out.
Gets your girlfriend.
Yes. Good game. God, listen to that. Chip tune, whatever you call it. That's good stuff.
I got it.
Look, we've played that, and now I will take you to the toy shop where this is, again, blows my mind. Thundercats. Thunder. Ho! Eye of Thundera, give me sight beyond sight. A good show. I mean, I watch the heck out of that every week. But the toy line ran for a mere 3 years, S-Jubs. 3 short years. And this last year, 87, was thin on the ground. No play sets. No vehicles. Just bizarre. And again, I sent you something, and I don't think I actually sent it. Damn it. The only vehicle they released was this kind of like an Atster, like an ATST thing that clips around your action fig. Oh man, I've done bad organising.
Think I recall it. Is it like a blade?
It's a weird little thing.
Triangular cutting blades of some kind.
Yes, and the figs all had
zip strip.
Battery operated like glow up eyes.
Oh, okay.
That was their big thing for this year.
Right.
But 87 and already wrapping up Thundercats toys. S-Jubs, it's got to make you appreciate and understand how well GI Joe toys must have been doing, because all these other toy lines are so brief. You know, you nostalgia can play tricks on you. Thundercats, you just think, I don't know, you had a decade of toys there. No, you did not. You had bugger all toys in reality. Things were starting to move very fast, I guess. But G.I. Joe really hung in there with multiple lines. So we got lucky being into G.I.
They had a
Joe.
longer run than G1 Transformers 2, and G1 Transformers were a juggernaut. Like,
Yeah.
we backed a winner.
Yes.
And you don't always feel that way in the sort of modern era of G.I. Joe and that
Do you
phase.
think it wasn't so much peaks and troughs? It was actually a consistent toy line. You know, maybe not blazing like super high, but then also never really having a bad
they
year.
made the USS Flag. They blazed super high.
That's when they were blazing high.
From that point onwards, it was a come down, but it stayed in the toy aisles by doing the subgroups, staying relevant by gimmicking out. People who are purists bemoan that as the death of the line. I counter that by saying that put the line on life support and extended it well into the mid-90s, whereas, you know, like a soldier toy, a pure soldier toy would have died out by like 86, 87. No, they knew what they were doing. We can look at it now, ex post facto. But
I was going to say that it benefited from having such strong, deep narratives and stories and
it didn't hurt for sure.
That didn't hurt, but I mean, like, you could also say that Thundercats had a whole heap of lore and a really successful cartoon, which makes me probably realize that cartoon also probably only had a couple of seasons, no doubt. But there you go.
There you go.
Now
you know.
Just quickly, Thundercats. I'm guessing you really did miss that fully, I suppose.
Somehow I got Lion-O and a whole bunch of others. I think a lot of them were hand-me-downs, but I did definitely have my own Lion-O.
Okay.
Still works, man. The light-up feature is still... I have two, and they both still function.
Wow.
Fantastic. I mean, what a wonderful figure, actually.
Hang
the
on.
Sword, the claw, the lights-up feature, the punching action. There's a lot of stuff going on with classic Lion-O.
Right. Just quickly, whilst we're talking about old toys, when I was in London, I was staying in a hotel near Battersea Power Station. And within Battersea Power Station is a huge shopping mall now. And they have the world's only Transformers shop. And I was in there for like an hour, maybe more than an hour, just geeking out with the staff, chatting, and they had, what did they have?
Did you see a G1 broadside?
Did I see a G1 broadside? I don't know. I don't think so.
Or Sandstorm. I think some weeks back
I picked up a who did I get for Scout? A Breakdown. Breakdown? Are you familiar? Like a
He
car.
is one of the the Decepticon. What are they called? The Stunticons.
Stunticon.
Yeah,
he's really cool. He's cool. They
He's
had some amazing stuff.
Yellow Formula One car with 6 wheels, right?
Oh well, he would have been. You know what it's like now. He doesn't look anything like that now.
Right.
I mean, look, lads. It's so confusing. I mean, you couldn't be a kid and be into Transformers now and understand what you were collecting. Multiple lines. Just, it is freaking chaos in that shop. There are so many lines. It's annoying. I love the simplicity of knowing what you're collecting. Anyway, great bants in there with the staff, but they did have a whole shelf full of... what is it? Sergeant Slaughter's... what's the...
Triple T.
What's it called, though? The actual...
The Triple Cup. Sergeant Cup.
Sergeant Cup. Is that what it's actually called? It's huge, dude. It's massive. It's big
boxes.
Big. When it transforms, though, dude, it's big old beast. You got it.
No. That's I skipped that, and I skipped Thunderwave, the Soundwave Thunder Machine.
Oh wait, so what have they actually done?
I've got Megatron. I've got Bumblebee.
Okay, fine. Oh, they've done 4 now.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was talk of a Optimus Prime Mobat with Hawk, but that just hasn't materialized, which leads me to believe maybe it was never going to come down the pipe. I don't know. It was just talk.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, it got me thinking. Is there no room for you for Transformers? Is it just GI Joe for you? When I was in the shop and they had all these books about the history of the IP. It's kind of a remarkable IP, really, and seems to be thriving at the moment.
Oh yeah.
I was like, God, I'm in a shop that is. It is a Transformers shop. I was like, it was wild, and it was big too. It was big. It was fun. I really enjoyed being in there. I was kind of overwhelmed a little bit, and I mean, you could drop some cash in there. And I thought, oh wow, wouldn't it be amazing to have a GI Joe shop? And then I thought, well, I don't know what would be in it. It would be a lot of classified.
Joe just doesn't have the same presence as Transformers does, and I can tell you why. China, baby. There are a billion Chinese, and Joe does not even touch sides on that.
Well,
land.
The dudes in the shop were like, they can't keep going like this if they don't produce some kind of a crossover hit at the box office. I got straight into it with Transformers 1. And I was like, no one saw it. It was so good. Literally, no one saw that freaking film. So that whole canon, like they probably had maybe a whole future. It's all gone. They're not doing a sequel to that film. They're not continuing that vein. And it's like, oh man, that was good. I really enjoyed that film. I personally thought that is the best Transformers film they've done since the cartoon movie.
Several false starts, man. Transformers 1 is one of them. There was a post-credit scene which tips G.I. Joe into the Transformers world, but I doubt that's going to be picked up on. I don't know. Yeah. What's his name? De Bonaventura will try and wring every last dollar out of these IPs, but has really no...
I don't know if there's anything in the works, live action Transformers. It's been diminishing returns, like release on release.
They are, I believe, getting Michael Bay back, at least in a producer capacity, because those are the ones that made the biggest bank.
I liked Bumblebee. Bumblebee I thought was good, but again, they can't market these things. You can't call it Bumblebee, you morons.
Well, the joke is that the most fan-loved Transformers films have the weakest box office showings. It's like a...
Yeah, no, because you need crossover.
Inverse.
That's not a problem for me. With all of these things that I love, I understand that you need... Because they take so much money to make, there's not enough Transformer fans or G.I. Joe fans to support them. You need, regular folk to go and see these things. Therefore... the marketing has to be so clever, and you cannot just release a film called Bumblebee. No one knows what that is. Like my brother would go and see it if it started, if it said Transformers, at least he'd understand what that was. But look, we ain't here to talk about Transformers. Get out of there. That's another pod. We have got this book to talk about. I'm opening up this sucker. This was a kind donation from Thomas Donaldson. Instagram handle. Going into my brain. Springsteen 83? The boss. The boss. I've read that.
What does it smell like, Benjamin? What does it smell like?
Oh my God, the Galaxy Rangers. I don't know what that is. I just opened it up to that. Let me
TV
get it
show.
on there. Oh, I'm just washing in it. And I really wish I wasn't, because that would be like just going to the chemist and just getting some TCP and just putting that on you. Oh, it smells like one of those wipes you want to put on a cut that stings, and you're like, Mum, why are you making this situation worse? Like, why are you putting this on a weeping wound? Ridiculous scenes. Oh, God, it's freaking like vinegar. Not a pleasant smelling book, but that's no shade on you, Thomas. This brings us up to 19 donations out of the 57. People are kind in 2025. Wow. Now, look, I've read this issue, and I'm here to say this issue could have had a way better cover. This is a really good issue. This is really fun. Like, interesting stuff happening inside this issue. Oh, I don't know. That wave really bothers me. What are you thinking?
Of the cover. I don't mind it. I don't love it. It's as generic as the events within.
Whoa. Whoa, ease up. As generic as the events within.
Look, maybe I have a bias against this book because I just seem to accumulate copies of it. They just seem to fall into my lap. I've had this book, multiple copies of this book in my past. So maybe that's put this inbuilt bias into me.
No, hang on. What is it with issue 60? By the way, can I just say, this issue is freaking mint.
Nice.
There is not a spine tick. I mean, I just was like pretending to wash myself with it. You could have bought this today. Whoa. I'm going to be more careful now. Okay.
Tasty.
I've got multiple issues of this. It's all over eBay.
Weird.
It's such a peg warmer. Is this the Lando Calrissian of Ara?
I think there might be an insidious reason for this book seeing maybe a higher print run.
Oh, God, it's all coming together like a jigsaw. It's Todd McFarlane.
I don't think he was a big get at this point, my friend. No,
I'm saying that's why people hate him, including Larry. Yeah, this is the only book he did.
Well,
And
he
then
did do another one,
booted.
but it never saw. It didn't see publication.
Scrapped it.
They scrapped it and they made it a special. But
No.
this saw big punt because there was a TV commercial linked to it.
I tell you, that's amazing. There certainly wasn't in the UK, but let's.
Guess what, mates? I discovered the Joe's rocket base. Space cycle's ready.
Let's destroy it!
Watch out, Joe. The trouble awaits you. The dreadnought cycle's gonna devastate you. Dreadnoughts! You can't escape the air skiff, mate. Oh, why didn't dirty your nice uniform, Cobra? You go!
GI Joe!
Will G.I. Joe ever capture the vicious dreadnoughts? Find out in Marvel Comics.
Oh my God, I wish they had one of those for every single issue. And by the way, that is how you should be reading this issue, with that kind of gusto and that sort of levity. That's so cool they did that.
Yeah, they did
Must
it
have been a
several
tight
times.
Tight turnaround for the animation. I mean, I guess they could have started that
Well,
like way before.
Here's the thing, and this is why this issue kind of steps out of our regular programming. It's because Larry probably had to turn in the script way, way, way in advance.
Okay, yes.
So essentially, this issue almost felt like an inventory issue. Like he was like, I have to put my ongoing storyline on hold, get this issue out the door because it times with the commercial.
Shooting from your new hip, how many of those are we saying are in existence?
Well, this
Like, what do
courtesy
you
of
think?
3D Joe's, he's got the whole lot of them
Wow.
on the site, and it
When
goes
did they
on
start
and on.
then?
From day dot.
I was going to say
Issue 1.
early, yeah.
Issue 1
Because
has
that was
a...
part of the whole thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. 1 has got it. 11, 1, 5, 11, 14, 16, 18, 19, 24, 25, 28, 30, 35. We could have been doing this throughout our
Dude, I think
Chasing
this is
Joe.
so cool.
37, 40, 47. So, like, it was something that happened so frequently that I guess Larry had to
They must
be
have
in
tapped
constant...
out. Like, did they go above 100 or?
Oh gosh, how far does it go into the run? Yeah, let me skip a few. 99, 100. The last one was in 1993 for issue 135.
They
so
kept going, and it
it
had never
kept going.
been. At the time, it had never been done. Is that right? Selling because normally it's the other way round, but that is a cartoon to sell the comic.
Look, they
Amazing.
deregulated it after GI Joe had started, but from
You
the
can't
instead,
advertise to children, so you
exactly. So you get around that by animating for a comic book, not for a toy line.
Yeah, and the animation studio, is it all Sumbo making those?
Yep, Sunbow Marvel
Yeah.
and Griffin Bacall.
And what about the voice actors?
Gosh,
Are they the same as Sumbo regular cartoon?
I don't know. I don't think so.
That's so cool though, because
Maybe.
that means they animated so many characters that never ever featured in the two seasons.
Let's just have a listen. There's
you know what
one
I
that
mean?
features Zartan. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Latta tended his Cobra Commander.
Anyone can stop Joe, it's Zartan.
Evil master of disguises. Zartan. There's no end to his surprises. Zartan. Zartan has an evil plan just for GI Joe.
Jingles.
You get the idea. The jingles are terrific.
Jingles are relentless. I'm just excited that means they'd animated so many characters. Because Sumbo was a pretty closed group. You know, it's
Sure.
the same characters popping up all the time. And I always
yeah.
lamented that actually Sumbo was amazing and a huge part of my childhood, but it was a pretty tight roster of characters, and there were so many new figures that I had that I was like, oh man,
I want to see Muskrat.
these are the old guys. But
Well, look, between the comic book and, of course, the animated push for the toy line, you got to see things like the Stellar Stiletto and the Bug and the Desert Fox animated for commercial, whereas there was no Sunbow appearance of them in the cartoon line.
Okay, here's my issue now. That's, wet my beak, and I want the whole goddamn issue, S-Jubs. I guess I could just read it, so that's fine. But it would be fun to see the whole issue play out like that. Look, on the back, pretty interesting. Laser Tag, the official game handbook.
Read about playing with your laser guns.
We've spoken about this before, but it was a time when just even the word like laser would excite a kid. The official laser tag book of fun-filled, action-packed games for 1 to 100 players. This book also includes vital accessory materials for the laser tag player. The perfect gift for laser tag enthusiasts. Those guns didn't work, so there were no laser tag enthusiasts. There was just really upset kids.
Imagine you got a book about the thing that doesn't work as your gift. I mean, already you're at a complete disadvantage when your gift is that sort of bendy. Like books were in the same category as clothes. In that you as a child, you knew when you looked at your pile of presents, like that's clothing, that's a book. Ugh, that's an action figure.
Opening up birthday cards like this. Nothing. Oh man, I ain't going to the toy shop. Look, cross purposes.
Todd McFarlane on the pencils. It's an interesting take. It's not horrendous at all.
I agree.
I mean, he
doesn't do anything too crazy.
No, he's got like a lot. I guess it's all in his facial expressions is where he's having his kind of artistic flourish. But opening page is giving me, massive 1950s Catch Me If You Can vibes. And I do love an airport setting. And this is interesting stuff here. Falcon, Law and Order, picking up Hawk. Oh, what am I doing? Synopsis us, brother.
You can take it away any week, my friend.
I've taken your mop.
Mate. Well, look, some new recruits, or they believe themselves to be new recruits. The 1987 crew of Falcon, Law and Order, Fast Draw, Chuckles. Did I leave anyone else out? No. These guys have been rung up and told that they are members of the GI Joe team and that their job is to safeguard a secret missile silo in New Jersey. Yeah.
Yes.
Miami North, the sort of abandoned resort town. I was so
confused. I was like, "What is this? Miami? What is this?"
Nah.
I was like, "How's Buzzer cycling from Miami
to New York?" Anyway, they apprehend Hawk at the airport and kidnap him. And they want to spill the beans to him. Like, we thought we were G.I. Joe members, but turns out we're actually being employed by this shadowy sort of group of generals who are trying to make this missile disappear. Anyway, altercations happen with the Dreadnoks showing up, and they've got it in mind that this missile is going to be used to wipe out Cobra Island. So they set about to take on this Joe team guarding it. The missile eventually does get launched, but it's intercepted by a Cobra missile fired by a helicopter. An Aspid. Chuckles goes and confronts this shadowy group and demands their resignations because, I don't know, with a very public failure of their missile launch, I don't know, I guess the heads were going to roll. It wasn't going to be these new Joe recruits. Oh, and Hawk recruits them on the spot after this whole debacle.
How do I put this? When you're like consuming media, art, films, books, whatever it is, does the mood that you're in as you consume it impact in how you feel about it? Like, if you are
leading question, Your Honor,
and you're buzzing your berries and you've had a great day and you come into your lounge, you kick back, you've got a mint tea, kids are in bed, you put the neon on and you just reach over and you grab issue 60. I had a swell time reading this. A swell old time. It was almost just what the doctor ordered for me. And this is such a nothing burger issue. But then I thought, there's 155 of these. Probably over 40% are nothing burger type issues. That certainly doesn't mean that they don't have any artistic value. Does your mood of the day seep into the media that you're consuming? Because it did for me, so I had a ruddy fine time. But I feel like this book, maybe even if you were in the best mood, it might not affect, your love for this issue.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of it because it can't just be I had a shit day. Because I always have a shit day. I spend my day bowing to the whims of children. I mean, that is not how an adult should live. But this phase is transitory. Anyway, this issue doesn't hit for me. Maybe because it's about the Dreadnoks. Maybe because it doesn't feature in any kind of like arcing storyline. It is a one shot, but it's not cool like a special missions. It's kind of static in a sense. The location is this like abandoned beachfront town that is really just a facade to hide this missile. Like, it seems to go nowhere, and it seems to be coming from nowhere. And it serves as a rather weak introduction to some second or third stringers. I mean, fast draw. Buddy.
Fast draw, my notes here,
Nothing.
it looks like he's in fancy dress.
Oh,
It really does. Oh, wait a minute.
Todd
I
didn't get his head around the uniform.
Well, it's the domestic setting that they're in.
Very interesting to me that he's got handheld missile launchers that don't make it part of a backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he appears to be dressed in silver.
Yeah, he just it's a vibe. Also, wow, McFarlane draws Chuckles big.
Okay. This
Real
is...
big.
I'm glad you brought it up. Was it McFarlane? Was it the scripting? Where are they going with this version of Chuckles? Because absolutely, Larry stands by it. He's never watched a single frame of the animated series. And yet, somehow, both G.I. Joe the movie and this issue make Chuckles out to be a hulking mountain of a man.
Yeah.
At least this one isn't mute.
I don't
G.I. Joe the
hate-
movie will have you believe this is a strong man who doesn't speak. Whereas he
Yeah.
does speak in this.
Having said that, on the final page where he's full Don Johnson,
Oh, in the white suit.
full,
God.
yeah, he looks like a regular dude there.
He's still pretty big.
You couldn't even compare that to the images that you've just.
He tears a Pentagon door
Yeah,
off
no,
its
but look at him
hinges.
standing. I mean, I tell you what, he looks awesome.
Still, I'm going to argue he is a hulking brute
Yeah,
of a man.
Fine, for sure. Yeah, he's a hulking
And-
brute of a man.
It is so jarring to see this initial presentation of Chuckles, given the kind of characterization he's been given,
Yeah,
in the future or
Yes.
our past. And ironically, if you are to catch sight of him in a Larry Hama authored and whoever was on art issue now, he is this quite lithe, sketchy-looking dude with shaggy hair. Still rocks the Hawaiian shirt, but he's not this beefcake. He is very
Yeah.
much the G.I. Joe Cobra Chuckles, at least in
Have-
appearance.
Have you read Cobra?
Yes.
Yeah, because that
Mhm.
really redefines how you feel about this character.
To Larry's credit, he has always maintained that his writing is an ongoing retcon. He's constantly finessing things, nuancing things, and that kind of retroactively will change what has come before. So yeah, this is a false start for Chuckles.
Yes, that's a good
Big
way
time.
of putting it. I like that. It's a false start. Let me tell you what isn't a false start, and I could have had a whole issue on the japes and scrapes of Zanzibar and Monkey Wrench with a fantastic gasoline siphoning side hustle that they've got going on. So they've supplied Zanzibar supplied Zartan with that gasoline and now is stealing it back. It's an incredible hustle that's got going on, and I am here for it. Just the length of the hose, all of this stuff, love it. He's got Monkey Wrench involved.
Well, you know what? This is a legitimate act of piracy.
Yes.
Like, didn't I complain about Zanzibar being this, like he's a pirate with a bunch of bikers? When does he ever get to do some, like, open seas piracy?
Dude, are you
But
familiar
here
with
he's doing it.
siphoning?
He's got a barge. He's stealing fuel.
Yeah, I tried it. I tried siphoning. The physics behind it.
Okay.
It's real. Okay, so you've got a body of water, yeah? You've got a hose pipe, just a tube, yeah? So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
trying to tell me you put the hose into the body of water, yeah? And then with your mouth, you suck until you can feel the water coming, and then it should just perpetually. That should be it. You should be able to empty that paddling pool with the hose.
I
'Cause
think
you've
you might be
created-
missing one important ingredient, and that's gravity, my friend.
Yeah, I get that. Gravity. Oh, so you're saying it can't even come up and over the ridge of the play pool?
there has to be a gradient. So the play pool, the level at which the play pool is, has to be lower than whatever you're emptying it into.
Chasing Joe science.
Were you trying to siphon it onto level ground?
Oh, I've tried to siphon many times, and it frustrates me. So yes, you're saying gravity. So where you're siphoning from, like what
Has
they're
to be
doing,
higher.
they are doing it from a gas station on top of the cliff. Yeah, okay.
Quite a gradient, in fact. They've got a lot of.
He does it in Lethal Weapon 3 as well. You probably don't know that. Anyway, so how are they doing? Because there was an issue around here when I was growing up. People were siphoning your tanks in your car, your petrol tank. So you put the hose in, you dip the hose, but then how are you getting the petrol out? Anyway, tangent.
I got a shock of my life when I was filling up the pool at our Townsville house.
Croc.
And then left the hose pipe in the pool and just yanked the hose off the faucet and then just left that overnight. Well, because the pipe was at a sort of a lower level than the pool level, it had actually siphoned the pool. I mean, it was sitting very low.
Yeah.
Like the pool had just drained away.
Me and you would be a bad Zanzibar and Monkey Wrench team, because we are bad siphoners. That's what, or you're doing it accidentally. I'm trying to do it and failing.
Who are you picking? Are you picking Zanzibar or are you picking Monkey Wrench?
Zanzibar. He's got that hair. He's got the vibe. Although, look, Monkey Wrench is a fantastic figure. Your first figure?
One of them, at least.
One of them, and very early for me too. That high collar, he's fantastic.
Patchwork denims, those like marigolds gloves, but with the studs. I will say this though, Zanzibar's skiff. To me,
I know. Go on,
in
what
this
have you got
issue,
to say?
is he riding a snow speeder?
Dude, okay, so this made me look. That panel, I was like, hang on a minute, that looks so big. And I sort of remember it, just the toy was literally a seat, he's on it, and it doesn't have a big turbine. If anything, the turbine on the toy is quite undersized, whereas that looks like it takes up the whole back of the vehicle.
I can never get my head around the physics of this thing. It must have repulsor lift technology, really.
Yeah, it skiffs, it flies. I mean, in the commercial we just saw, it's doing twists and twirls. Yeah. It wasn't great, was it, to be fair?
Look, I've never wanted to pursue one. I've got a Zanzibar, I've got his accessories, but I've never been in the frame of mind to want an air skiff.
Yeah.
I guess it's just so weird. It to hold company with other Dreadnought vehicles, it's just this. It's an outlier.
Yeah. Should we talk about the Grand Ballroom?
Do tell.
Because that was quite. So when I said about Fast Jaw being in fancy dress, it's because they're in this. Look, here we go. Just go here quickly. It's this panel that I'm showing to the screen now.
Oh, yes.
That's where I feel like he's in fancy dress. He really.
Everyone else
sticks
is
out.
in regular fatigues and whatnot, and he's constantly in this puffy hazard suit. Bizarre.
Yeah. Anyway, Chuckles.
But shame. I mean, how else do you integrate Fast Draw? Because he is always going to be wearing that fucking thing. Like, it's a difficult figure to play with.
They feel like they're in a murder mystery house or something. But Chuckles sets us up nicely. Oh, I don't think you want to punch your way out of here until you see what's sitting in the Grand Ballroom. And when you turn the page, it smacks you in the face. The scale.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've just opened a little door and they are looking at some, I don't know, tri-rocket thing on a loader. It's colossal. It's very big.
Over-designed, whatever it is. It's maybe this is where Todd really starts coming apart. Like, this is not like a missile I know. And it's on this massive crawling gantry thing. And then it seems to have this sliding scale of sizing. Because the next time we see it,
Oh yeah, what like when Zorana comes bursting in fantastic disguise, by the way. Like there's just dice hanging off of her hat, and she's got a it looks absolutely tiny in that panel there.
Mm-hmm.
It's morphin time, basically. But look, that's all the setup, and then we get the commercial we just saw play out on the beachfront of this failed resort town, North Miami. And there's some good japes and scrapes. The Dreadnought Cycle is hooning around with Monkey Wrench spraying on the cannon. Oh, look how the cannon's drawn in that panel. It's lovely detail. It looks bizarre, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I remember having quite a lot of fun with that toy.
On its kind of red pintle.
And we're getting what you don't like, because you've got Buzzer. Some of my favourite art from this book is this lovely sequence of panels of Buzzer just riding into Manhattan. I really like this. And he is just...
bonking on the rooftops of cars, no less.
Yeah, he's having fun, isn't he? And he's just heading
If you can't get out of the way, I'll have to ride over your worthless rust farms. Wait,
smell those bus exhausts.
He's not Aussie, is he? He's Brit.
I know, I was just following you.
Wagga wagga, mate.
But I tell you what, man, I'm here for this art. If you want to squiz to where you get him hooning up to the consulate building.
Yeah, it's great, man.
That
good. Stuff's really awesome.
Yeah.
The action is suitably cartoonish.
Yeah, it's very zany.
All
in the faces, yeah.
Yeah, all this automatic weapons fire at very close ranges. Of course, no one gets hit, and it's inexplicable as well.
Do you see what I mean about Monkey Wrench really sort of almost like how you would play with him on there? You're like wiggling the cannon, like, yeah, I'm spraying everywhere. Almost like when you're playing one of those shoot 'em ups and you just start wiggling to spray everywhere. There's
and look at the size of the shroud on Zanzibar's skiff, where he and Chuckles are fighting. Yeah,
I
never criticized.
Time.
I never looked at this issue as closely as we do now. But
dude, go back
maybe
a few panels.
That's where Todd. Maybe the detail is great, but his scaling is so out of whack.
Go back a few more. One more.
In the same way, Rob Liefeld will never draw the details the same way twice. Maybe Todd's guilty of the same offense.
Yeah. I want to show everyone this panel, though. Keep going back.
All right.
It's when he's getting his wiggle on.
All right. Yeah.
There it is. And Todd's almost just having a great time just sketching around that. He's wiggling. I mean, look, I guess Zorana is hooning, but yeah. That's very, that's kind of like Tom and Jerry drawn.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. But anyway.
It was an interesting fit for G.I. Joe.
Yeah. So it's a beach battle. It is a beach battle designed to make you want to run out, go and buy the Dreadnought Cycle and pick up Zanzibar and his air skiff. I suppose. Is what they're trying to do.
Yeah, look, he's the big selling point, isn't it? That sort of flying triangle is absolutely just an afterthought.
How about this? How's McFarlane drawing your helicopter? How's he drawing that for you? I think he comes in pretty damn good.
It absolutely is on model.
It's a little boxy, but it's got heft.
I think it's brilliant.
Yes, good.
But is he not lifting it straight off Michael Golden's? Like, now that I look at it, I'm like, that's... Look, it's absolutely the best reference for that helicopter you could possibly use. Mm-hmm. So Todd is very studiously reproducing that, I think. And it's not bad because this was never given a toy, so you're not sketching it off a real thing. You are going to be, as faithfully as you can, parroting off an earlier artist's impression of this
Yeah.
vehicle. So good going.
I
Looks
wonder
great.
if our viewers, listeners in the comments can shed any light into why this issue is is a bit of a nothing burger, but it is all over eBay. I think I've somehow got 2 or 3 of issues of this book. Yeah, it seems.
Look, as long as it didn't diminish your enjoyment, it doesn't seem like it has.
No, but
It's
you're
not.
you're so right. It's freaking everywhere. This issue of ARA. Like I feel like I just see this cover online all the time. Yeah, and I'm not a fan of the cover. Don't you think? Now we've talked about the interiors. I don't know. That battle on the beach. I feel like you could have done something there.
Yeah, look, Hawk on the cover is doing the hero pose and getting ready to pump some shotgun rounds into Zanzibar. You could do
Yeah.
far worse, I guess.
Well, look, Hawk does end up recruiting all of those Joes for real at the end.
Now, you mentioned something that kind of like does give me an ounce of excitement about this issue, and that's the sort of the murder mystery or whodunit aspect of it. That you've got these disparate servicemen like Fostraw, Chuckles, Falcon, Law and Order. So you've got an MP and his dog, you've got a heavy weapons specialist, you've got a Green Beret, you've got a crime and investigation dude or CIA dude. All just thrown together in this situation, and they need to figure out what's going on. Like, are we really Joes? No, something stinks about this. So they're puzzling it out. I just like, it's such an interesting setting, this kind of bottle episode environment. And they're like, well, this is interesting. Should we, raid the hotel bar and just chat about what the hell's going on?
Most of the interesting dialogue is in the first 3 pages because it's just Hawk arriving at this airport and then being asked to kind of go with Law and Order.
I think the best line of dialogue is definitely when Hawk asks, how do I know you from intelligence? I haven't seen any ID. Chuckles fires back saying, you want ID? I've got plenty. You know it's all fake, right? And then Hawk, the jig is up at that point, and Hawk's like, you can put it away. If you were stupid enough to show me real ID, I'd figured I might have a chance at punching my way out of here. So it's just a great sort of back and forth sort of battle of wits. Like Hawk's feeling these guys out. Are they really amateurs? No? Okay. So let me not try and, beat them physically and escape. Because he knows that they actually are pretty elite.
Should we talk about the plastic of these?
We spoke about the
introductions. The introductions, yeah. Law and Order. Now, I know you don't like a plastic pooch particularly. Dead weight for your play.
Ooh. Look,
you
my first
sounded
law.
like a dog there.
My first law did not have
Lovely helmet.
Order. Oh yes, wonderful helmet.
Beautiful helmet. And not stupidly kind of oversized. Actually,
form-fitting, but also hard plastic. Like it wasn't a rubbery helmet.
Oh, no,
terrific helmet. And with the printed MP on the top. No, that was a premium accessory.
And
I
as
didn't
soon
get
as you saw
Order.
The film, you had to, you needed a Falcon for sure.
If only I'd put 2 and 2 together, because I'd seen the film and then faced with, and I clearly remember it because I go back to this moment in my dreams all the time, at the supermarket on all those pegs, GI Joe carded figures, and seeing Falcon and not really putting it together that this is the same as the lead character from the movie. Yes. If I'd put those together, there was no real indication that he was from the movie.
Are we liking that, or is that actually a strange move marketing wise? Because talking about that Transformer shop, if there's a movie of anything, it gets its way into the regular toy line, but they redo, they plaster that movie all over it. But with GI Joe, the toy line didn't deviate at all. It was just the same old carded figs. There wasn't even a little as seen.
Yeah, nothing.
There was absolutely nothing. I'm kind of here for that, really.
I am too, but it certainly made it difficult as a child to have an
he's a
affinity for a very sort of nondescript Green Army man. He didn't
No,
necessarily
he's a
look like he
fantastic
was.
fig.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's
top
so
10.
good, and he would kind of fit in so well with the rest of the really well camoed figs for your, if you were building a kind of platoon of camouflaged figs, he has to be in there. Has to.
Well, we might have mentioned it before, but on
He's got
that
a lot of
fateful
detail.
day, holding up the carded Falcon and then holding up a carded Hydro Viper, I went Hydro Viper. I don't know, man.
Can I
Green
say,
Army men just didn't do it for me at the time.
Can I say that I was so influenced by the movie that I lament that I never really got the best play out of my Falcon, because he's just such a douchebag in that film, and I was like, I couldn't separate them. I just couldn't.
Okay.
I could never really not make him, I don't know, not scumbag, because obviously he has an arc in that film, but yeah,
Just a cad.
It definitely tainted the figure a little bit for me, because he's so cool in the comics and he's competent,
Yeah, all business.
and he's not selfish, and but anyway, who else? Fast Draw. So that's have you got him to hand? I don't suppose you do.
He's packed.
He's packed.
He's boxed up. Yeah, look, a figure that doesn't really get much love from me. I can totally see why people would have enjoyed him if there was your first figure.
Mm-hmm.
He just seems very purpose built, and his weapon system is interesting. But I can never get past a figure that is so, single use.
Yes, he is single use. You'd almost feel like people would treat him like a vehicle or something. Even like in this issue, he doesn't really have a lot to do, but he is there.
And he's always dressed in his suit.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, they really were just trying to peddle toys at this point, because, like in a more middle of the run kind of issue, like Deep Six wears a knit cap and a shirt. Characters that are depicted in their uniforms typically would have a kind of a less dressed up look. This would be the perfect time for Fosdraw to be in something like that. But he needed to fit in an action sequence, so give him his missile launcher system. Fafnir.
So we've spoken about Monkey Wrench. We've spoken about Zanzibar.
All that's left is Chuckles, my man. Chuckles action figure.
Okay. Interesting, because it's kind of the inverse of what you're just saying. This dude's got a Hawaiian shirt on. And I'm playing a serious game here with my figs. I don't know where he fits in, and I didn't as a kid. Didn't see much play. I feel like you
novelty
are a
of the
huge fan.
Was the novelty of the holster lost on you? Like him being the only figure that had a removable holster, practical holster.
Yeah, I think it was lost on me, because I was always about building aesthetics of like my play, and I just couldn't really handle his look, because it just was not what I was as a kid. I wanted army men, or I was such a sucker for camouflaged Joes, and then if I wasn't into that, then I almost wanted to go like zany, but I never knew what to do with Chuckles. And I never
undercover
really
characters are so tough in action figure form.
Yeah.
Because when they're really operating, when they're in deep cover, they wouldn't be wearing anything signature. They would be not standing out. They would be, dressed as a civilian.
In Comic Cons, do you think a lot of people cosplay as Chuckles?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I got a picture taken with one of them last day of JoeCon 2018.
Because it's kind of, achievable.
Easy,
to nail that shirt, obviously.
I'm pretty sure there was a brand that everyone bought because it was a dead ringer for the Chuckles.
It was actually maybe even
Yeah.
influenced.
Maybe, yeah. The sort of the pink, floral, and also little bits of green. I think those are his.
I need to finish I finished the first arc, the first part of the Cobra comic. When did that come out? It's basically Chief was like, "You're not a Chuckles guy. I get that. This will completely kind of change how you feel about this character." And it did. It did. Reading that, I was like, "Oh my days. I have like, okay. Very cool." And also amazing that in a writer's room they were like, "Oh, let's build this around Chuckles." Okay. It's just right. Okay, interesting. Kind of not a beloved character by any means when you're creating this new story, and he is front and center. He is that story, and it's very well regarded run. I need to finish it. Chief made me bloody buy it. I've got all the floppies. It's really good,
dude. What's stopping you?
I don't know. I'm balls deep in Danny Rand. That sounds a bit wild.
You're reading around. I like to read around.
Yeah, but it's as you just said. Like it's never too late to a certain extent reframe beloved characters. Are there certain characters you probably wouldn't touch? He was like primed for a kind of retelling, though, wasn't he?
Hey, man, it's easy to do these things in hindsight.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, seeing what they did with Chuckles, he was absolutely the prime candidate for this kind of deep cover, lose yourself in the role, really deeply psychological. So Chuckles was the one to do it. Really transcended what we understood GI Joe to be.
It's more Miami Vice parallels because in season, I forget what season, but there's like 3-4 episodes. For God's sake, what is it? Tubbs and Crockett. Crockett goes so deep, he doesn't know which way is up or down. And the cliffhanger of the episode is he shoots Tubbs, man. Shoots him. And you're like, he's turned. He is too deep. So there's all great tropes you can play with that when you're so deep undercover.
Oh, God, they did that, didn't they? In issue 4. Was it 4? Was it 3?
Of Cobra?
Yeah.
Oh, crikey. It's been so long since I've read it. I've forgotten. But yeah. So does Jinx... Yeah, Jinx pops up in that.
Spoiler.
Oh, come on.
Don't do it. Don't do it. We're not reviewing that book here.
We are not reviewing it. Very different book. Very different.
It's a toy commercial, this book. Absolutely.
Yeah, and there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yep. We love our plastic.
Oh, we certainly do. I've got a lot of plastic in my watch list on my Vinted and eBay. Jeez. I just can't handle the prices. I had some stuff I wanted to talk to you about Cobra toys, but I think that is going to have to wait because I have to pick up a Scout Bear, drive him over to my granny's because Phoenix, my eldest, is having a party. He's having a party, policed by me and Ems. And I was like, how many people are coming? And he was like, tiny, like 45. I was like, 45?
Teenage parties, dude. You have that house.
Changed. Parties have
Yours
changed.
is the house. Oh, God.
Yeah. I really wanted to go and grab some high-vis that said, security on it and, basically just walk around.
Spend your time teenage-proofing your house, man.
Oh, man.
Put all the valuables under lock and key.
It's outside party. That's what he
said.
Keep
it that way.
I was like, dude, it's pretty chilly. I was like, okay, fine. Anyway, so I must dash.
They don't care. They got each other to warm each other up, man. Don't you remember what it's like to be a teenager, Benjamin?
I do.
The colder, the better. You get cuddly with someone.
I do remember what it was like to be a teenager. And in my room, I had a bucket full of GI Joes. And I don't see that in Phoenix's room, so things be changing.
Nerd.
Just quickly, I had a bucket. I had like a zip type satchel for my figures, but my weapons and accessories used to live in 2 giant roses, Cadbury's roses. Do you know what they are in South Africa?
Yeah, for sure.
Like
Yeah,
Christmas sweets, basically. But back in the day, they weren't plastic. They were actually like these beautiful, like huge jars with the spin top, and that's where all my accessories would live. Oh, heady days, heady times. But look, this may have been a middling nothing burger issue, but it was not a nothing burger episode. We'll be back next week with another episode and another issue of GI Joe, A Real American Hero. Until then, find me at BenFlyingRetro. If you have supported my wife's Kickstarter, thank you. If you haven't, the link is still down there. Get the special person in your life a big deal, Brenda. S-Jubs, I listened to the flagship. You did a heartfelt 5 minutes on Chasing Joe, and I felt seen.
At long last.
It was a
It's only taken
therapy
a year.
session. We had I felt seen. I was like, this is great. Nice things were said. My ego was massaged, and all is right with the universe. What's going on over at the flagship? You know I listen every week. What have I got coming up?
Oh, well, in the rear view, we have had an episode special on Mercer. Way!
You freaking love Mercer.
So
You
click
want to
the
write
link
your own
just
fan
below.
fiction.
Yeah, dude. He, just like Chuckles, there's a fertile story there to be told. Because this guy got out.
You've
He
done
got
some
out of
it.
Cobra.
Play motion.
Yeah, baby.
You did
know
it.
And in terms of play motion, we got something fun coming up. Halloween falls on a Friday this year,
It does.
and we will be premiering to the world, GI Joburg and friends, our International Backyard 5.
Oh, I didn't know there was one this year.
It's
have
going to
done
happen.
it.
A little bit
Okay.
later than usual, but nice to time it with Halloween. It is entitled Phobos Nightmare. Make of that what you will.
Jeez.
But yeah, it's coming.
How many contributors?
It's a smaller group this year for sure, but their contributions are long. So everyone's gotten a lot more chance to really tease out their storylines and also tell a more complete storyline within their own chapters. Whereas it used to be just a kind of a quick handover. Now these guys are really getting to grips with some long form storyline. Well, I mean, they've all done play motions in their own right, but this episode will stitch. Yes.
That
Push
reminds
from the
me.
class.
You talking about play motion? Did you see the thing that I sent you? Emma was playing with Scout, and they were playing Transformers. And Emma's been like really using a lot of AI for various things, like animating. She's basically been using it to animate the little toys that she's making. And she was like, "Check this out, Ben." And they just put, what did he have? He had like a couple of fake Destructicons and then a G1 style Bumblebee. And she put these couple of prompts in. I want Bumblebee to jump. And I was like an old man that had never, I was like, are you kidding me? I couldn't freaking believe. And AI just made them fight and jump around. It was, it was amazing, to be honest with you. It was wild. I sent it to you. What do you feel about that?
I watched it and immediately just shelved it in the AI slop drawer.
Exactly.
Because I never wanted to watch that garbage, but it's thrust upon me.
Well,
And
look,
that's not a slight on Emma or Scouts.
what do you think I thought when she showed me that? I was like, well, okay, I just need to put some Ninja Force characters and see what it does. I mean, yeah, I said to her, I was like, oh, it's just so much better to use your hands and have fun, obviously, but it's not about
I'm not
being
doing it out of
impressed.
loyalty to play motion as a sort of a storytelling technique. I'm mainly just doing it out of, I will die on this hill. I am a conscientious objector to AI.
Yes, yes.
It's awful.
I've just drawn a line. I said to Ems, I was like, it's just that it's just
Just
never
don't
going
do
to
it.
be. Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to integrate with it. I'll be the old man. Everyone has to do that at some point with tech. You can't keep going, and
We're going to be left behind,
happy.
Ben. But
When she shows me stuff like that, though, it's not that it's funny. It's not that you're impressed. It's because there's nothing. Because no one's made it. There's no kind of praise to heap on anything. It's a really strange one. When someone
I think for
shows
me,
you-
it's because I'm so familiar with the physical object that I know when it has started to morph and do things that object cannot do, and that is a very arresting moment for me. And it's gross.
Yeah.
You know, this thing ceases to be a real
Well,
object and
what
becomes
I
this
said-
wibbly wobbly.
Yeah, what I said to Ems was, I was like, that is what's happening in your head when you're playing. That's, and you would never want to take that away. But anyway, it was an interesting experiment. Anyway, I must go. I must
Get on it.
hit the road. Until next time, guys, have good weeks. Stay autumnal, kick leaves, and just have a spooky good time. Yo, Joe!